getting out there and doing what you want to do without thinking about the consequences, without letting your ego take over and not paying attention to that voice that says, hey, you're not gonna look good in front of other people, or they're gonna see you as a failure. It's not it's It takes a lot of courage. It takes, you're gonna be, it's risky. There is no guarantee that you're gonna be able to be successful. You know that the positive results are not guaranteed either. But it takes the courage. It takes courage, and it takes determination, and it takes, it's not easy to push yourself to chase something, pursuing something that there is no guarantee that you're gonna be able to develop, that you're not guaranteed that you're gonna be able to achieve. But when you change and you become the person that doesn't listen to the voices inside your head, when you become the person that doesn't listen to the voices outside your head, that comes from family or comes from peers or comes from a lot of people that are supposed to be on your side, they're supposed to be your friends, they're supposed to be family, they're supposed to be your significant other sometimes, and people very close to you, and many times they are the very first ones that are trying to make you change your mind. Going against all that it doesn't take just courage. It doesn't take just it's not just determination. It's a whole package. It's a whole package of a lot of things together, and it's a whole package that is gotta be emotionally so strong, that is gotta be able to beat the fear, of success, to beat the fear of failure, to beat the fear of not looking good in front of other people, to be the fear of not being able, probably you're probably thinking to yourself, I don't know how am I going to be able to look at myself in the mirror if I cannot do this. It's not something that comes easy. It's a complete shift in your mindset. It's a complete shift in the way you think. And it's something that once you embrace it, once you accept the fact that the only way your future is going to look better, that the only way you can get things better in your life is taking the leap, is jumping into the arena and facing whatever is coming. Once you get to do that, once the real transformation starts to happen, you only change, not only the way you look at things change. It's not only the way you look at failure, the way you look at risk and courage and all that. What changes is that you find out that the most exciting things in life, they happen on the risk. You find out that risk is actually becomes the most exciting thing in life. Risk is the thing that the not knowing what's gonna happen, that becomes variety, and variety is the spice of life. So not knowing that, living on the edge, living and risking, not knowing, okay, am I gonna be able to do this or not? It goes from becoming a torture thing. It becomes from becoming torture. It moves from becoming pain and punishment into excitement, into self-challenge, into pushing yourself forward, into raising the bar, into enjoying the process, the progression, not so much the result, because what you enjoy, the part that you find exciting, it happens during the process. Is not really the result. The result is just the climax. It's just what happens at the very end. But the change that happens in you, it starts with looking at things in a different way when it comes down to taking risks, when comes down to facing failure. It comes down to getting getting beaten down and getting back up over and over. But eventually, as you jump into that territory that for us that it still looks like a, you know like it's like a land that we are not permitted to cross over to that part. We're not permitted to transcend that barrier. But when you jump into that territory, when you find yourself in that territory, I'm not saying free of fear and free of self-doubt, but you jump into it, and you still feel, and in the beginning you still feel the fear, and you still doubt yourself, and you still have things in your mind that are not very positive. But as you do it over and over and over, and you find out that it's failure, it's never as bad as it looks. It's never as bad as it looks. It just happens to be a transition that didn't happen, and the only thing we have to do is we just have to knock on the door again. But listening to the stories that we have been told growing up, that's what has made failure look so bad. And once we transcend that barrier of fear, once we transcend that barrier of self-doubt, once we transcend the barrier of becoming bolder, that's when you find out that it is the what we have been preventing ourselves from enjoying, which is the joy, the excitement of the trip, of that trip moving, that trip towards becoming someone else, towards becoming a better version of yourself. And it starts becoming more enjoyable. It comes with pain, of course, because when we start a project and we don't get to develop it or finish it or achieving it, it hurts. But we already know who we are. We know that we don't have to prove ourselves, neither to ourselves nor to anybody else. So you stop seeing it in a different way. You don't, by then you don't care anymore what people think. By then you don't it's gonna hurt you if you fail, but you know that in a couple of days you're gonna be back up on your feet and moving forward again. You're beyond the fear of the average and mediocre man. And not only that, you are living in the land where just the fact that you're taking risks every day and you're pushing yourself every day, that makes it exciting. That makes it different. You're not stagnant. There is variety. You're not in the same spot. And you find out that it's something that brings joy to your life even when there is failure. And it's something that makes your life so much more adventurous and so much more fun. But that doesn't happen until you make that shift in your mind. And the shift in your mind cannot be done from one day, from one day to the other. It's just not something that happens. There is no immediate shift. There is no something like, okay, I want to have something like a microwave transformation where I just push the button in 30 seconds, it's done. That doesn't happen. But once you dare to transcend the barrier of fear and you become bolder, once you get to climb up in the wall and see what's on the other side, the what you see is so much more beautiful than what you will think it could be. You being feeling with complete fulfillment and development. It's so much more beautiful than that. There is so much more than just becoming a better person. And life will give you so much more of happiness, so much more joy, fulfillment, achievement, and not because you win every time or you achieve the things that you want every time. It's just because of the person. It's just because became bolder. It's just because you're taking risks. It's taking risk and becoming bolder. Risk and bold. Those are the two words that will make you a much better person, and that will bring so much more happiness to your life. Not and like I say, it does not depend on the result. It depends. It's a personal transformation. It's a personal trip that doesn't. What happens to you it doesn't come down to, okay, did I achieve what I wanted? No, is that you dare to go for it, that you dare to believe in yourself, that you dare to get, they knock you down and you get back up and you kept on going over and over. Sitting down and having that talk with yourself that, you know what, I have become this person. I was able to do this and I was able to do that, and I fell here and I failed here and I failed here, and I'm still up and running and pushing and trying and fighting. That's the part. That's where you find what is a holy grail of this of becoming happy with yourself. So pay attention to what you want. Pay attention to what you need to do, and you gotta stick to it. It's not gonna be easy, and it's never gonna be easy. It's never gonna be easy. When you're a person that self-improvement, it's always challenging, because you get to the point where you're never happy with the person that you are. You want to become better, but you have to understand that you're gonna go through a lot of pain, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of failure, a lot of suffering. But you just gotta keep on pushing. There is no magic potion, or there is no secret. You just got to get up and dust yourself off and keep pushing, guys. It's well worth it.